say that like I'm Seinfeld to Newman. Is that the case? Are you my Newman? Nah, you're not my Newman. You're more like my Elaine. Or maybe my Cosmo Kramer. Maybe that's what it is. You're my No, I don't. You're not. I don't even know why I'm bringing up Seinfeld, because what I want to talk to you about has absolutely nothing to do with Seinfeld. Or does it? Let's find out. Recently, I should have prefaced this by saying, this is really important, Muse. You must listen. You must listen closely. I'm kidding. It's all important, right? Right? Okay, enough of that. Recently, I started working with a new editor, okay? And she's absolutely great. She's fantastic. And The Dead Twin Sister was the first book that she worked with on me. Actually, the first story she ever did with me was for Middletown 3. So Dead Twin Sister was the first full-length novel that she did with me. And so that's really, for me, that is the demarcation between not working and working. Anyway, so it took her a while because she had to get other projects out of the way. But when she finally got Dead Twin Sister to me, the first thing I noticed was she works a bit differently than other editors I'd worked with. Instead of doing track changes, she just uses comments, which is fine. I don't mind that. But I was at first taken aback a little bit because she called me out on some things that no other editor has called me out on. And I don't want to talk about my reaction, because my reaction to her was positive, because I want my editor to teach me, because editors have knowledge that writers don't. They're a different breed of people, as it were. But this sparked something for me. And it was something that I felt was definitely needed to discuss with you or with other writers by way of you. And now I should preface this by saying that we all have something to learn, regardless of where we are in our craft, where we are in our existence. We all have something to learn. And I am always very thankful about education. I think education is one of the greatest tools we have. And anytime I can learn something, I know that I am better for it. But there's this thing in the world of the arts, and I've experienced as both a writer and an actor and any other, a singer and musician, any other type of artistic endeavor I have undergone. And that thing is ego. And it is that which I want to talk about. In which, or how the ego relates to the editor. Or how the ego relates to any other third party that is involved in your artistic endeavor. Be that a director, a fellow actor, a fellow musician, a reader, anything at all. We artists are a special breed. And I know that when I say things like that, people tend to roll their eyes so hard they might get stuck. But the truth of the matter is that what we do is we dig deep into our soul and our hearts, and we create something brand new. And that which we create, we put it out to the public to say, hey, I did this. I did it for you. What do you think? And then you see writers of all kinds, artists of all kinds, glom on to those opinions about their work as if their lives depended upon them. And I get that. I really do. And this is not about reviews. We could talk about reviews another time. I have a very special opinion about reviews, but I don't want to venture down that dark alley right now. The thing is, I have had firsthand knowledge of artists who simply cannot take criticism. Their ego gets in the way of their ability to be able to be criticized, even if it is constructive, even if it is criticism in such a way that the artist would, under normal circumstance, be able to learn from that criticism. Instead, they balk at it, they turn their backs, and they say, oh no, you can't be right. I'm the one that's right. I'm the one that is creating this, so I must be right. Really? Look, when someone hires an editor or hires a recording engineer or a vocal coach or a choreographer or a director or any sort of third-party artistic collaborator, you do so with the understanding that their job is to help make you better, is to help to improve your work in whatever form it is. And if you kind of sign that contract, whether there is a contract or not, if you sign that contract, then you agree to take their criticism with a modicum of grace, or you should agree with that. And sometimes the criticism, sometimes it jabs at the heart. You know, you may hire an editor who takes their job very seriously and understands that what they are to do is to make your work as good as they can. And when they do that, when you get that file back and you see all that metaphorical red, you can't have a fit. You can't say, oh my God, I suck, I'm bad, I can't do this anymore, what am I thinking? Because that's their job. Their job, and this kind of cuts to the heart of the matter, I think. Because I have worked with editors like this. Their job is not to pat you on the back and say, good going, good show, mate. What you wrote makes me want to pitter-patter around the house and say, woohoo! I have just read the single most brilliant piece of literature ever written. That's not their job. That's the job of your fans. The job of your editor is to say, no, this is wrong, this is why this is wrong, and this is how you fix it. And to take that kind of constructive criticism, and I think at this point we don't have to really call it criticism, to take that kind of advice as an insult is not doing your craft any favors. You're not going to grow from that. And this is true, and I will not name names simply because I'm not that guy. I have known writers who have sent work to an editor. The editor then turns around and sends their edits back with all the metaphorical red involved, and the writer got so offended that the editor wasn't just patting them on the back and saying, good show, mate, that they took their work and ran. They found someone else who would read their stuff and say, this is perfect. You don't need to change a single thing. Now, I don't know about you, but I have never come across a writer capable of creating a first draft of their work, editing their own work, and then publishing their own work with any modicum of success. And I'm not talking about financial success, because there are people out there There are writers out there who do that very thing and have somehow found some level of success financially. But artistic success cannot be found that way. You are not going to grow as an artist. You're not going to grow as a writer unless you're learning. And you can't learn unless you have a third party out there to tell you what you're doing wrong, because I can't see what I'm doing wrong. Sure, I can go back and reread a first draft and find simple little mistakes. I can find wrong words, missing words, misspelled words, commas out of place. But there are certain things that I don't have the skills to find. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with admitting that. Why? Because there are people out there who have the training and the skills and the dedication for that very task. For going through works like mine and saying, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. Here's how you fix this, here's how you fix this, here's how you fix this. And I can't take offense to that. Why? Because that's the kind of editor I sought out. I didn't seek out an editor who was just going to go, okay, I found these misspellings and a possible comma splice here, and there was some passive voice that I fixed. There, blah, publish it. I don't want that kind of editor. I want an editor who's going to push me, because I push myself. But I can only push myself so far. I can constantly push myself with my storytelling skills and my ability to craft characters and relationships and all of that. But as far as the mechanics of writing, I can only push myself so far. That's why I need to hire an editor who is willing to take on the job of pushing me beyond my limits. And hopefully, here's what happens. They push me in for this work, and I learn from it. The next time I send them something, they won't have to focus so much on what they just taught me. Why? Because I will have improved. And that is what it's all about. It's not about, the relationship between writer and editor is not about ego. It's about growth. It's about growth for the work. It's about growth for the artist. So you have to set aside your ego when you sign that contract with an editor or with a publisher. Shit can the ego to the curb and say, ego, you are not invited to this party. I will swing back by and pick you up when the party's over, and you and I can then go to the after party. See where I'm coming from, Muse? You push me to write better stories, and my editor pushes me to write better sentences. It's as simple as that. No ego need be involved. Crazy, isn't it? It is crazy. I didn't know. Who would have thought? That's a bad Jerry Seinfeld impersonation, but that's all you get right now, Muse. I'm going to sign off because I have rambled on like Led Zeppelin. Muse, have a great day. No, really. Have a great day. Have the greatest day you can possibly have. And be the best Muse you can be.